Nairobi, the capital of Kenya, a city that oozes opulence, alongside two major informal settlements. This indeed is a city with huge contrasts. One doesn't have to look far to see big expensive cars and well-dressed people. Fine houses and nice apartment blocks can be seen everywhere. Big compounds and well-manicured lawns, watered by an endless supply of this very valuable resource. Well-to-do people throng fancy venues in town, pack up market shopping malls and clubs, and eat in exclusive restaurants. This is the place to be and be seen. On the other hand, a visit to the informal settlements of the city, all rural areas of Kenya, greet you with a stark contrast. Here, the story changes. No big fancy cars here. Journeys are calculated in hours or even days. Clothes are many a time purchased second hand. Instead of fine houses, you find single-room mud huts, an all-purpose room for hosting, cooking, storing a few possessions, resting and sleeping. Water is a very scarce commodity here, often collected from afar, and mostly in unsanitary conditions. But the question is, are there alternative options when you're chronically poor, an orphan, old, infirmed or disabled? What are your chances if infected by HIV, malaria, TB or any other disease while living in these appalling conditions? Nevertheless, for 46% of Kenyans living below the national poverty line, and 19% of these living in extreme poverty, this is what they call home. High poverty levels prevail as a result of recurrent natural disasters, environmental degradation, the HIV/AIDS pandemic, unemployment, lack of income in old age, and a breakdown of traditional safety net mechanisms.
The UK Department for International Development is delighted to be supporting social protection in Kenya to help some of the country's poorest people. We've made a long-term commitment of £122 million, about 14 billion shilling, to help in a variety of ways, with orphans and vulnerable children, with a hunger safety net programme that's targeting some of the poorest people in the arid lands of the country, helping the government to develop a good policy on social protection and trying to get sustainable finance behind it. I visited Turkana last month and saw the poverty that some of the people there live in. We're convinced from work elsewhere in the world, including in Brazil, that cash transfers is one of the most efficient ways to help these people.
If you believe in the well-being of people, the welfare of mankind, support for poor people, please become a champion for social protection.
The UK invites other donors to join us in helping the poorest people in Kenya to survive this difficult time. Make social protection a reality now.
A society that does not take care of its vulnerable people is no society. We're looking for champions for social protection. Will you be one?
We Kenyans are big-hearted and we normally look out for each other. So let us all join hands and join up in the social protection to ensure dignity for the rest of us who are not well off.
So, become a social protection champion today.